So today we are launching a new series. We feel like there was a big hole in the market as far as education on how it is to work with a designer, and also on the designer end, what to charge, how to bill, how it is working with clients. Our first client is going to be Sarah, who's worked with me for 5 years. Sarah and Mac are 28, bought their first home in Los Angeles, which is pretty impressive. Obviously, as her employer, makes me feel really proud and happy for her, but it is a fixer. So, introducing Sarah and Mac.
Hi, my name is Sarah.
Hi, I'm Macaulay.
And this is our home that we just bought in November of last year. We actually had an apartment that we really, really loved, and it burned down, so...
So what?
It was definitely charred. The front part of the house caught fire. So when that happened, we were faced with the idea of finding another long-term apartment or doing what my parents had been pressuring us to do, which was buy a house.
Definitely 2 bedrooms.
2 bedroom, yeah. We really wanted a second bedroom to be a real office space for Mac, and then also we're kind of getting to the point where we actually have people like coming from out of town that want to stay and visit us. Living in LA, we really wanted parking, which turned out to be really hard to find in our price bracket, which was between $400 and $500. We have different answers for this.
I don't think too much. It was kind of just dependent on what we got for that price, and that's where it kind of was tricky, because even this place, when we saw it, we could have moved in, and we weren't really looking at the details as much, but we just knew we wanted to change out the floor, and maybe take down a little kind of temporary wall, but it wasn't as in-depth as what we ended up doing.
I knew in every house that we went to that I wanted to do serious renovations.
For the series, we are matching somebody from the design team, in this case is Belinda, with Sarah, who is our client. So let's go in and see the house.
Hello.
Hi. Do you want to give us a tour?
Yeah. So this is our living room. This front part of the house we've actually done some renovation to already. We did before we moved in. So we took down a partition wall that was right here, we took down all this tile flooring that was up, and we put down hardwood floor, and this is how we're living for the moment.
Okay. This is your room divider.
Yeah, this is our TV room partition. Couch is too big, rug is the wrong scale, we don't have tile in the fireplace, hearth.
I feel like you've been talking about the fireplace for like 6 months.
Yeah, that'd be accurate.
Feels like we're leaning towards something simple now.
Do you feel like you're on the same page, kind of, with that right now?
No.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I guess we have to check. We have to check back in.
Belinda's more like, she's a designer, but she's also like our design couple therapist. And then this is really going to be a dining room eventually. Right now, it's just a sitting room that we put a rug down in to protect the hardwood floor right now.
Got it.
That's our dresser, where we keep all of our clothing. I think what we're having the hardest time right now is figuring out what type of floor plan we need to make this room and this room work together. Because I was just like, let's knock down this partition wall and make it one big open space. It'll be great. And then as soon as we did it, I was just like, oh God, how do we live with it?
Okay, so let's go see the rest of the house.
So this is going to be our TV room. This was an addition that was put on in the 1950s. They kind of did it weird. We're going to figure out some built-in to kind of like deal with this space.
Master?
Yeah, there used to not be a door there. We put a door there in. Door used to be in our closet, which is now our closet.
And then master bathroom.
Yeah, so that's our master bathroom, which is in the middle of the house, so there's no windows. So instead, we've added a skylight to bring natural light into the bathroom.
Great. Okay, so we will start with the living dining sunroom.
Then master and closet, and then the bathroom will be last.
Okay.
Kitchen will really be last, but
well, can we go see the kitchen?
Yeah. This is our disgusting kitchen. This is the tile that was throughout the whole house that we put up, pulled up, and put hardwood floor, and then the previous homeowners decided that this color would be great with the tile floor.
Yeah.
So,
it is what it is. It's like
Yeah, it's livable,
It's livable.
which is fine.
Yeah.
People live with far worse, and we know that we'll get around to it eventually.
Alright guys, so remember the point of this is for all of you interior designers that are just like, how do you do this? How do you work with clients? How do you have a business? This is for you. It's also for anybody that's like, should I hire an interior designer? What are my needs and how can they be filled by a designer? And then third, if you are neither of those people, but you are just looking for someone for tips and tricks and like good design ideas, you're gonna get that in this series too. And check the blog post where you'll see all the photos and all the initial design ideas in the link below. Also like and subscribe too. So many things you have to do.